Hi, my name is Gerhard Schwartner. Welcome to Selling Power TV. Today, we have the great pleasure of meeting with Dave Madsen. He's CEO of Sandler Selling Systems. Welcome, Dave.
Thank you.
Is there such a thing as the new normal? What should we expect of the future, Dave?
Yeah, that's the magic question, right? I mean, the new normal probably is going to be that we've proven to ourselves that we don't have to have face-to-face sales calls as often as we did. Flying to California from New York to have a 3-hour meeting, you can now do virtually, which means I'm super productive. And now I can have more buyers and more salespeople in the same environment because I don't have to do all this travel. So I think that's there. I think the new normal also is that the speed by which the sale is going to probably speed up, because you've got people now that can jump into these calls, as I said, whether it's Zoom or GoToMeeting or wherever, and I can now get everybody there where it may have taken me weeks, if not months, to schedule those things. So I think we're going to have that, and you're going to have a lot more technology as we move forward in this new normal. And I think the confusing part right now is that companies have too much technology. I even know in our company, I've had probably 4 or 5 things that did the same thing. So we had to cleanse our technology and then make sure that we're going to go pick whatever horse we wanted to based on that topic and start from there.
So when do you think outside sales will come back, if ever?
I don't think outside sales is going to return to what it was. I mean, I think outside sales or inside sales, I think that name is actually going to probably disappear, and they're just going to call it sales. I think that outside sales, this pandemic has probably been a serious wake-up call, because if you look at inside sales as the opposite, they are far more process-oriented. They train more. They have voice intelligence. They're like scientists. Outside sales, more of an art form. And I just think that most companies now, even though they looked at the inside as a launching pad to outside, they're really kind of liking the rigor and the discipline that inside sales has, especially when we don't have to meet as often with outside. So I think the outside sales group is really also going to have to be more of an air traffic controller as we move forward, because the buyers are now going to different silos within an organization, or if they're looking for multiple suppliers for a single solution, they're the ones who are moving those things along and dealing with different people within an organization. Now, salespeople, historically, they were air traffic controller. In team selling, I'm controlling that from the selling perspective. I don't think that's going to actually happen as we move forward. I think that really what's going to happen is the buyer is going to end up controlling that. So things are going to change a lot for the outside sales world if things continue the way that they are.
What do you recommend that salespeople do to balance the relationship that they need to build with the buyer with technology that always tends to be more transactional?
I think that if you look at what's the technology first, I mean, if you're talking about like auto dialing, that's certainly transactional for sure. But, some of the technology that we are using is based on and is helping develop that relationship. So for instance, you could go and buy a Crystal. Crystal's an app. It'll tell you exactly what the behavioral style is of this person. You've never even met them. To me, I think that's allowing me as a salesperson to leverage, right, what I know, what I've been taught, what I'm good at, very quickly with one or a group of people that I've never, ever met. And so I think those are some of the things that we have to really start paying attention to.
So how do you deal as a leader with the stress and anxiety that everybody is experiencing? How do you keep calm? How do you keep level-headed? How do you avoid overreacting?
First, I can only control my own part. I can't control the outside world. So for me, I tend to wait before I react. For me, I tend to journal and write stuff down because it gives me more time to think it through. I ask outside people, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? And I'm congruent. And I think that's the thing that you have to make sure that you're doing as a leader is congruency. If you want your people to have confidence and conviction, and hey, this is what we're doing, and this is the good thing, And you yourself have to act that way. You really just have to do you have the best plan? Do you have the best roadmap? Do you have all the people on board? Does everybody know what that plan is? Which always is, not the case. So does everybody know what the plan is? Does everybody know what their role is? And then we just have checkups frequently. So I know immediately if we're off track. Those check-ins all the time about where are we against our new roadmap is really helpful. And it allows me to change quickly. And by the way, in the last 90 days, I've changed a lot. I've been a sailboat for the last 90 days. I'm tacking left and right because we learn new stuff every day. And I have to just say, put your ego away. Yesterday's decision was no good. We're redirecting, we're refocusing over here. And that's what I do.
Final question. How do you define success?
I define success as, from a brand perspective, I just want Sandler to be the best it can be. But I guess for me, it's whatever my why is. If I've achieved that, then I'm successful because I know it's going to bleed into my professional life as well.
Thank you so much, Dave. That has been very eye-opening. And thanks for the candor and the authenticity. David Sandler will be very, very proud of you.
Well, I hope so. And you said it. I mean, Sandler is really made up of those 265 offices, and they really make it great. And I'm just proud to be a part of them. I mean, it's just an honor.
Thank you. For anybody who hasn't heard about Sandler Training, go and visit there now and take one of their classes. You'll never look back.